Hello guys, in today's video, I'm going to interview Head of Security Council of United Nations of Nevada and Arizona. Tex is also well known as President of United Federation of OCB. Alright, let's start. But firstly, could you explain to our viewers what is United Nations of Nevada and Arizona? And what Head of Security Council of United Nations of Nevada and Arizona does?
The United Nations of Nevada and Arizona is an alliance of multiple nations and leaders or diplomats.
Could you give some examples of nations who are in United Nations of Nevada and Arizona?
Some examples would be Republic of Pahrump, Worker State of Arway, Free State of Arway, or Communist Republic of Mostovoc.
Republic of Pahrump and Workers' State of Arway are the most known ones, I guess.
Yeah, most populous nations in the United Nations of Nevada and Arizona at the moment, though Republic of Pahrump is not nearly as active as Arway.
And what about Head of Security Council of United Nations of Nevada and Arizona? What it does?
The Head of Security Council is basically the leader of United Nations. Does not withhold more power than the rest of the Security Council, though, which might be confusing. As Head of Security Council, my job is to manage the server, new nations pending approval, some meetings, external affairs, and relationship with other clans or nations.
So that's a pretty important job.
I am one of the most active within United Nations. Yes, it is. It can be very time-consuming.
All right, let's move to the questions now. First question. Apart from the fact that you're Head of Security Council of United Nations of Nevada and Arizona, you're also well known as owner of United Federation of OCB. But what made you create United Federation of OCB?
I first created United Federation of OKBI as a resistance group against the government as a whole. I spotted Republic of Pahrump in my server, decided to take inspiration, and we transformed the group into a republic. Breaking away from Anomic County and OKB, the republic in itself is just a country against the rest of Anomic. We were very aggressive towards other groups until the formation of United Nations.
Second question. About United Nations of Nevada and Arizona. Like, what even made you create about United Nations of Nevada and Arizona?
Toto found my nation and decided to speak to me about other nations that had conflicting borders with me, such as East Dyke United Republic.
Rest in peace, East Dyke United Republic.
Later in mid-February, Toto made a group DM which consisted of just 4 people. That being the leaders of Republic of Pahrump, Workers' State of Arway, East Dyke United Republic, and Democratic Republic of OKBI, now United Federation of OKBI.
So the 4 most popular republics at that moment. Right.
We negotiated land deals, and bear in mind that at that time, we did not sell land, and each nation was given a generous amount of the map. Pretty much. We had our first meeting that day too. Later on, when the group DMs started getting full, like when Sparta and Republic of Festerdam joined, I decided to make a server for the United Nations. It was before simply named the United Nations, and we had an AI-generated logo. The server underwent multiple changes, such as Bing Bing 7 forming the Security Council, which oversaw the United Nations, and we opened the server to journalists and new nations seeking land. The United Nations Security Council originally comprised of only the 4 founding nations. So yeah.
Next question. Is it hard being Head of Security Council of United Nations of Nevada and Arizona?
It is pretty difficult managing everything and all, but it was much harder at the United Nations peak a couple months ago when there were more nations in it, as well as clans that sought war with us.
Another question. Let's talk about clans. Does United Nations of Nevada and Arizona is looking for any clans who could help to make United Nations of Nevada and Arizona stronger?
We are not looking for clans to be directly in the General Assembly, rather just looking for partnerships and allies in war. I have been trying to sort out affairs with other groups outside of the United Nations, as well as reform UNPOL to reinforce our manpower, because at the moment, our nations are pretty inactive, and there are few of us.
That's true.
We need people that are dedicated to protecting the United Nations of Nevada and Arizona.
And final question. What's plans of United Nations of Nevada and Arizona right now?
My plans for the United Nations of Nevada and Arizona are to strengthen bonds with outsider clans, of course rework the UNPOL and Peacekeepers Corps, and get more active nations in.
I like the plan about getting more active nations to United Nations of Nevada and Arizona.
Yeah, but opportunities are very limited.
True.
As bigger nations such as Workers' State of Arway or Republic of Pahrump do not sell land, in the past, new nations have always come to me for territory. And it is quite unfortunate because I am, of course, not the biggest country, so they always end up with little to no land at all, explains the large amount of micronations. So I am looking to push land deals onto Anomic County. I have big plans for the UNPOL too. That's all.
So thanks a lot for attending in my interview. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
That was nice to talk with you about United Nations of Nevada and Arizona, about your job as head of Security Council.
Yeah,